Are you ready? Hey there, you are listening to Thynktank Millionaire Podcast, where on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you get an unfiltered, raw, and authentic conversation about the challenges of being an entrepreneur and tips and tricks on how you can scale your business to the next level. If you are looking to scale your business, then get ready to buckle up. Introducing our host, Alexa D'Agostino.
Hello and welcome to Thynktank's Millionaire Podcast, a podcast where you have real entrepreneurs talking about real problems and giving you real solutions to fix them to help you scale to the next level. Hello everyone, my name is Alexa D'Agostino. I'm your host of Millionaire Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about how to 10x your business in less than 6 months, but it's not just about your business, but 10xing your life. Right? Because at the end of the day, life is so short and we work so hard to build a business, and we have to make sure that we have both a work-life balance and have a life and have a business. This is Susie's jam right here, right? How to have both things. I see her like so excited right now. So talking about business, we at Think Tank Coaching, we believe, contrary to what others may say, that there is a formula to success, but most of the time people cannot reach 6 figures because they don't have the confidence, they don't have the right offer, or they don't put the work in. And T, I'm sure you see the same on the fitness side too, right? So reaching 6 figures is not hard if you put the effort in and if you have the right roadmap to get you to where you want to go. So in this episode, we're joined by one of our rock star students, TW, who not only was able to 10x his business, but also continue to climb the ladder of success, including helping me lose 25 pounds, everybody, which I did recently gain back. So we're back at it now, but we'll get there. He is such a pleasure to work with, and he's honestly one of the most positive human beings I've ever had the pleasure to work with. So T, I would love for you to introduce yourself to our audience, who you are and who you help and what you do.
Excellent. I don't know if I was worthy of all that praise. There was a lot to take in this morning.
You're awesome, man. I lost 25 pounds with you in like 2 months.
You did, and you friggin' rocked it. And that's my whole thing. So everybody who doesn't know me, I'm T. Should be easy to remember. If not, then, we got a little bit more than scaling your business we got to work on. But the whole point of who I am and what I do is to show people that you absolutely can get in the best shape of your life, feel incredible in all aspects without having to give up your life. I love going against the grain and just looking at all of these wannabe influencers and people telling you, oh, you know what, if you want to be in shape, you have to eat foods that taste like sawdust and do 3 hours of cardio and never touch alcohol in your life. And, because I think that especially on the internet, everybody's trying to put themselves in this other category, like this superhuman anomaly category. So I'm sitting here going, you don't have to do any of that. You can rock a 6-7 figure business, have hardly any time on your hands, not meal prep, go out for dinner, be social, have your cocktails, and you know what? Get in pretty damn good shape too. So that's how I come at everything.
You can have a 6-figure business and be in shape and have it all, right? So,
a 6-figure business and a 6-pack. How's that?
Yeah, 6-figure business and a 6-pack.
Branding.
All right, we're changing the name of this episode. A 6-figure business and a 6-pack. Let's go.
I'm still waiting for the 6-pack over here.
What about 6-pack to 6 figures?
Not me up.
Or 6-figure to 6-pack.
Yeah.
Let's get the money first. So I'm also joined today by my 2 awesome business partners, Tanya Mayer and Susie Miller. But before we dig in, I have some really quick housekeeping stuff. I want everyone to know that's listening. We are doing a $1,000 giveaway. Yes, $1,000 to give away to one listener every single month towards our coaching services. That literally equals a free month of coaching from 7-8 figure coaches. Like, that's pretty freaking awesome. So for those that are interested in how to participate, all you have to do is share our podcast on one of your social media networks, tag us in it, take a screenshot of it, and email to support@thynktankcoaching.com. You can learn more about this contest also at thynktankmillionairepodcast.com. The link is also in the show notes. And also, one more awesome cool thing, we will be going live in Las Vegas June 3rd with an amazing full day event at our yearly revenue accelerator. This is where we're going to share everything on how to multiply your revenue and become more profitable. This will definitely be an event nobody's going to want to miss. I mean, first off, it's in Vegas, which is going to be so fun. You can learn more by visiting events.thynktankcoaching.com. Link is also in the show notes. So, all right, let's dig in, team. So 10xing your business and life sounds pretty easy, right? I mean, no, not really, but boggles my mind is sometimes people are just satisfied making 50K a year, but you could be making 50K a month, right? And so I sit there and I'm like, guys, we could do this. And check out these scary stats. I just Googled this. Did you know that 6% of businesses make 6 figures and only 2% make 7 figures? And it gets even worse. 50% of businesses don't even achieve more than 25K a year. Like, this is why 80% of businesses fail in the first 5 years. I mean, being on the other side and having scaled hundreds of businesses in my career, these stats really boggle my mind because, I do believe there is a formula. There is a roadmap to make 6 figures. And now I'm not saying that there's an exact formula that everybody needs to hear. I could already hear JT Fox yelling at me and shouting there's no effing formula, which, I mean, he could be right. But I do think there is steps that you could take in your business to at least get out of the 50 percentile, making less than 25K a year, right? So what do you all think of those stats that I just shared? And do you think people should be striving for greater? What do you think?
Well, I think it's kind of scary because I've already spent more than 25K in coaching. So, I don't know what these people are doing or not doing.
Absolutely. That's part of the issue, right? So we talk about it's such a low percentage of people that succeed in business. But now more than ever, people are looking for that silver bullet. They think that businesses are built overnight, and that's not the case. So I would say stop looking for a silver bullet, right? It does take time. And get a mentor, right? I mean, you can't do it alone, right? At the end of the day. That's it. And stop looking for validation, right? And just hone in on your expertise for sure. But I think that that's a really key point that you just made, T, is that people try to do it alone and they want to do it quick.
I think people doing it alone is foolishness because it assumes you know more than you know. We all have our area of genius. And what I always say is, I expect people to pay me for my area of genius. I'm going to pay somebody for their area of genius. And so getting a coach, getting a mentor, as Tanya said, and as TW said, is so important. I want to go back, though, to what Alexa said about a formula. What I try to think of in my mind, because, we all are unique, but you got to get somewhere. Roads take us from where we are to where we want to be. And so I talk a lot about, in our program, we have an incredible roadmap. How are you going to get there? You need tracks to run on. And for me, once I had somebody tell me, here's a system, here's a framework, here's a plan that works. Now you're going to tweak it for you and what you need. And our coaches help really do that in a very tailored way. But the idea is, here's the roadmap that we have proven works. And for me, that is so helpful. And I can kind of rest in that and go, okay, what's next? And that really helped me, grow my business and get me to another place versus trying to figure it out. Getting in a relationship and mentorship and coaching with someone who's been where I want to go has been one of the best things I've ever done.
Well, I also think, this has a lot to do with even getting in shape, right? Because there is a roadmap to get in shape. Like, it's not freaking hard to get in shape. It's just staying on track. And the problem is you could have a destination of where you want to go, and you could even have a freaking roadmap and still not get there because you have shiny object syndrome and you're on your way and you see, ooh, Disneyland, I'm going to stop there. Ooh, the grocery store, I'm hungry, I'm going to stop. And by the time you get to your destination, you're like years down the line and still out of shape, and you can't even walk up the stairs because you're huffing and you're puffing. It's the same with business, right? But the question here is, should people strive for greater? And it's an interesting question because for me, it's like, not everybody wants a 7-8 figure business, and that's okay. But 50% of businesses don't even make it $25,000. How do you live? When I heard that stat, I'm like, I don't care where you live in the United States. Like, there's no way anybody can live off that, right? So I guess my question is, like, why should somebody even want a 6-figure business? I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is impact, right? Impact on your own life, but also impact on others. And so I look at what we do, and every business that we have, all 15 of them, we're somehow we're somehow impacting lives in everything that we do. And so I wake up every morning with a smile on my face because I can confidently say we're changing lives and the impact is so great, right? So I would love to know, like, why aren't people striving for greater, or are they and they're just not achieving it?
Well, remember, there's a very simple answer too of what most people do, and that's they try for a week, something doesn't work, and that's it, they give up. So at the bare bones, there's not a lot of people who will even get up and keep trying. Fitness, life, business, anything. You can't let me work with you for 1 week. You can't see your abs and you tell me your program is BS. It's the same type of thing. You can't try one technique that you might have heard a business coach on YouTube say, or Gary Vee, or something like this. You try that, or you think you tried that, it doesn't work, and you say, "Oh, I can't do this. This isn't for me." So even just the bare bones, it's not a lot of people can fail many times and fail forward and keep going.
You know what I'm going to say? It all comes down to clarity in your purpose. And I find the passion, if you're passionate about something, that's great, but you have to have a purpose behind it. Like that is a driving vehicle. That's going to drive you to execute, to take action. And I feel so many times people feel stuck, right? They're feeling stuck. They're stagnant and they don't know where else to turn. They think, well, this is all I'm good at, or I can't do anything else, but they can, right? So I think a big portion of what stops people is themselves, like the mindset behind it. And also just really truly looking in the mirror and asking yourself, like, is this what I want to do? Am I making an impact? Like Alexa said, do I wake up every day smiling and at the end of the day saying, wow, like I killed it and I changed, X amount of lives in just one day, and if you're listening right now and the answer is no, well then guess what? It's time to make a shift, right? And to modify.
Well, it's also, you brought up a good point. It's like what holds people back, right? So you said mindset, confidence, clarity. There's so many different things, but I also I don't know that people understand that it's achievable either, because they look at, 6 figures, that's tough, because there's not many people in the United States in general that make 6 figures, even outside of being an entrepreneur. And I remember, when I was younger, I was like, if I made $150,000 a year, my life would be incredible. Now I'm like, I can't even live off that right now, So it's like, it's interesting a perspective of, they say more money, more problems, but the more money you make, the more you see how it is so achievable. Now I look at, 150K a year, like, that's so doable. Like it is so doable. I mean, I look at, Tanya, you sold your business, and with literally in less than 6 months, you were making a 6-figure salary in a completely different business, and you completely built that up. T, I saw you and you came to us, like you completely changed your business model, your brand, and literally I think it was less than 4 months, you had 10x your business. And so I think it's a mentality. And I think, T, I would love for you to speak on this. Like the same goes with losing weight. There's so many parallels to business and weight loss. There really are.
And really the bare basic response is you have to know what you want and you have to not give up until you get there. No matter what happens in especially in this day and age, you hear people giving up on everything that's important to them. And, no matter what it is, health, wealth, relationships, if you have something that you want so badly, you have to be willing to do anything in order to get it, or else you may as well have a different goal. I see it all the time. I see people who go to the gym religiously for weeks, for months, for years, and they never look any different. And to me, that's kind of like, going to work every day and not bringing home paycheck. I really don't.
I met UT. I was totally going to the gym. And like my wife used to actually make fun of me too. She'd be like, babe, we were at the gym for an hour. What did you do? Like walk on the treadmill? Because I'd be like on my phone, I'd be watching a movie, and I wouldn't even sweat. It was so bad. So thank you for helping me there.
Of course. But that is what I think the parallel is, and absolutely every niche that there is that you have to have that goal that is so important to you that you will do absolutely everything you have to in order to achieve it.
It's interesting. When my daughter our daughters played soccer, and there was one season where, as they were starting out, the coach got them these shirts, and on the back it said, "Whatever it takes." And I want to kind of highlight something that you said a couple times, T, and that is that doing whatever it takes, being committed, but having someone alongside you, which Alexa has, I did this until I got some expertise. I did this and I got results when I had, when she had you helping her. And so this idea of the whatever it takes, what I would watch them do is they would get together in their, their little group of athletes, and they would help each other. Yeah, whatever it takes, remember whatever it takes. And what came to me as I was listening to you guys talk this morning was we are the sum total of the 5 people we spend the most time with. That's a Jim Rohn quote. We are the sum total of the people we spend the most time with. So if you spend time with people who are successful in their business, you will become more successful in your business. If you spend time with people who are into fitness and who are into taking care of themselves and are health motivated and life harmony motivated, you will begin to become like them. And so you really have to stop and go, who are the influences in my life? Clarity that Tanya talked about, passion that Tanya talked about. If you're spending time with people who get up and drudge to work every day or always complaining, guess what? That's how you're going to become. Because almost like the water that the fish swims in, you're not even aware of it. You're actually setting yourself up for either success or failure by the people you spend time with. And so I want to highlight that. That's kind of a through line that I've heard this morning as I'm listening to all of the conversation.
Yeah. And going back to this stupid formula, the formula of success, we've mentioned like a couple things: surround yourself with the right people, getting the right roadmap, having the right clarity, having confidence in the right mindset. These are all part of the freaking formula. There's a formula, I'm telling you, right? So, what do you think people should do right now? And I don't want to just, say, go get a coach. Like, that's obvious. If you don't have a coach, it's going to be hard to scale, period. Like, I don't care who you are. And the same thing goes with fitness. And, no matter what parts in your life, I think you said it earlier, Susie, like, get somebody that's their zone of genius, right? Like, that's how you do it. So, what do you think? Let's give our users actionable steps. Like, what can they do right now to go achieve their revenue goals right now? Like, T, what did you do besides hire us to 10X? Like, what did you do?
I decided I was going to do whatever I had to do to get there. And I didn't give myself a time limit. I think that's another thing people do. Like we talked about before, you can't do something for a week. Try one thing that you might have heard some cockamamie influencer say online. It doesn't work for you. And then all of a sudden give up on that goal that you have. If that's the case, that goal really wasn't that important to you. So I think first and foremost, whether it's health, whether it's business, whatever it is, you need to really be committed to that goal. You need to know that that's what you want, because if there's any doubt in your conscious or subconscious that that's really what you want, it ain't going to happen.
I love that. I mean, if I had to give someone an action step, I would say, exactly kind of starting where T was saying, like, do you have clarity in your purpose? Like, are you sitting in really what you should be doing and want to be doing, right? Are you making an impact? Great. If the answer is yes, then what's holding you back, right? You have to be honest with yourself, right? Like, know thyself, like, figure out your roadblocks, and take action. That's at the end of the day, it's, step outside of your comfort zone, like, get past that fear, surround yourself, like Susie said, with the right people, and take action. I think that's the thing. Like, people are just doing the same things over and over in their business and it's not working, but they're not willing to make a change, but they're not willing to take that risk because it's fear. So I would say take action.
Well, I'm going to tap into that with take action that moves the needle. A lot of us, and we talk about this a lot, can be very busy, but we're not being productive. So I would say, take a look today at what am I doing that is actually moving the needle forward, the income producing activities. Am I making the sales calls? Am I networking with the right people? Or am I, spending an hour creating the perfect Canva post? You've got to look at what actions you're taking. So if I was to sum it up, you absolutely decide, commit, throw your heart over the line. When you do that, providence works in your favor. There's all kinds of science around that. Get clarity about what you need to be doing and where you need to go with your passion, and then take the action that's actually going to move the needle versus make you feel like I've accomplished a lot at the end of the day. And people may feel this, gosh, why am I so tired? I was busy all day, but was I productive? So look at your task for the day and say, what is productive? What's getting me down the road? Versus just keeping me busy during the day. So that's the very specific thing I would recommend.
Definitely a lot of busy work that happens, right? So I love whenever a student says to me, I don't know how to fit anything else in my day. I'm like, I could probably fit a lot more in your day. That's why the boss audit is so important of what we do. And I'll add the boss audit into the show notes. I actually think our audience would really enjoy that. But the boss audit is something that we added to our coaching program. And I think personally actually changed a lot. I look at like Sharon as a perfect example. The boss audit literally took her from 0 to 6 figures, like that one exercise, because we waste a lot of time throughout the day and we do things that are not revenue generating. So as always, I think it's really important to summarize the one thing that we want you guys to all walk away with. So this episode, personally, I think the thing that you should walk away is take action, but action that moves the needle and commit. That's what I think everybody should walk away with. So T, if people want to find out more about you and your weight loss programs and transformation programs, mind, body, and soul, where can they go find you?
Best place to go is Instagram at TW Durfee. I love talking to people. Shoot me a DM. You're actually going to be talking to me. Everybody knows that, we're the team building what we're doing. But you'll talk to me personally, and however I can support you, let me know. And if there's anything that I can add to what we were just saying to give our audience something is, again, whether it's business, whether it's fitness, whatever it is, don't judge yourself based on other people's results and other people's time frame. Because just like everybody is different, and it might take you 2 months to lose 25 pounds, where it might take somebody else 3 or 4 months to lose 25 pounds. It might take somebody an extra month to reach their first 10K month. Doesn't matter. So that's the one thing that I would say. Stop looking at other people for your own self-worth. Just know that you're on the right track for the right reasons and let it happen.
Love that. All right. So I'll put in the show notes, everybody, where you can find T and his amazingness. Again, he helped me lose 25 pounds literally in, I think, less than 60 days. So I need to do that again. So we're on it. So if you enjoyed this episode and you want more, you can gain access to all of our podcast episodes on our website at thynktankmillionairepodcast.com. If you're interested to learn more about our invite-only coaching program, you could go to thynktankcoaching.com to learn more there. Make sure to subscribe so you could get our weekly podcast episodes on how to scale your business to the next level. Thank you, T, for joining us, and my awesome business partners, Tanya and Susie, and we will see you next week.